Hey my people, what's going on? This is Major TV. Let's talk. What it was like interviewing Grandmaster J. First and foremost, I want to thank him. I really appreciate the opportunity. It was an honor and privilege. I was extremely humble. The brother is very fiery, provocative, aggressive, intellectually inclined, very articulate, and he get busy when he come down expressing himself, even with the vulgar and whatnot. I'm a thick-skinned guy most of the time, so I can deal with that energy, right? The energy level with him high. I stayed at like probably 5 or 6. You know, you shooting from 5 to 9, probably close to 10. But I understand where that come from. At first, I was taken aback by the energy, but I thought about how he said most men are emotional, which is true. In a sense, most people, and he was talking about black people, are emotional. That's why when he created the facts of feelings, you know what I'm saying? He wanted to directly focus on the facts and not letting your feelings get involved. And for me, it was just a matter of just understanding that he's human. There have been a lot of things said about this brother that wasn't good, that wasn't true or wasn't verified. There was things that they was trying to unearth with him. There was things they were trying to create and say that was straight out false. And just imagine you trying to be humble and just focus on your people, and people started attacking you. And then you go to the legal situation where you can't speak how you want to speak no more to the people. You have people going on a harder attack, knowing that the system is trying to take not just him down, but the movement down. Like you said, it wasn't never about him, the man. It was about the movement. And knowing that he's human, man, you know he's gonna have that reaction. So those reactions he gave was a human reaction. But he still stayed objective with some subjectivity in it, you know what I'm saying, with some emotions and high energy. But he meant well. He got his turn out. That's what I wanted. And the question I was asking him was not something that was staged or written down. That came from the top of my head. I didn't even know I was going to even interview him. I confronted him. You watched the video I had dropped regarding Grandmaster J pull up and surprise everyone. I asked him to catch the end of the video, hey bro, can we have an interview? He was like, oh man, not right now. I said, man, I made you. Oh bro, come here. Give him a big old hug. Man, come follow me, what have you. He went to undisclosed location at the time. And I just asked for you all. It wasn't for me. And in the section, in the description section, I dropped 2 videos, and we was talking about manipulation and all this, that, and other. I got 2 videos. One called Massive Manipulation and Deception. Second one is why blacks are more likely to believe whites over blacks. Things he was talking about when it came down to us being brainwashed, that's being manipulated. When it came down to when he said, that's why we're so easy to believe in white people or black people, I spoke about that. It will be in the description box. Check it out. And those questions I was asking was for black people, because I had so many people in my mentions asking me about Grandmaster J. Where he at? Is NFAC still around? Why he not saying anything? Etc., etc., etc. So those questions were to bring clarity, you know. Even though I was trying to hammer certain questions in to get him to express himself, the intended goal was that. And he did it. He gave more than I expected. It was great. It was cold, by the way, too. Extremely cold. So I even whispered, which I edited out. I said, man, it's so cold. I'm shaking like dying knots. He busted out laughing. He said, man, you a fool. You always joking, but It was extremely cold. Both our nose was running. And I just had to think of my feet. And again, I want you to understand that it was not structured. It was something I just did. It was when I first decided to do this for anybody announced. I was the first one to announce it. You know, I wasn't trying to push everybody to go. I want everybody individually to make that decision based upon their schedule, work-wise, or if they're their own company, family-wise, finance-wise, so forth, so on, right? And then I said I was going for personal reasons in reference to confronting the reality that Black America is being put on trial because this brother spoke up in our favor, not in the way whereas he was just speaking like some people that are talking about issues. He responded with action, and I had to admire that. And then I wanted to answer a lot of questions that Black people, I want him to answer a lot of questions that Black people was asking me about, and he did that, you know. When I heard him talking to me, right, y'all don't have, and I'm like, in my mind, I spoke about all this in my videos. And see, you all don't know, and I know you wasn't talking to me per se, but there was times when he was directed at me, but in any he said, but those, I never took it personally because I know that this brother and everything he did for sake of us as a Black people in reference to doing better, getting on code, policing the community, not letting things happen to us, with us defending ourselves, being responsible, establish some kind of self-government in our community, self-determination of getting our own land or what have you, and whatnot. But for me, it was just a thing whereas I wanted everybody to see J in full. I just wanted whatever you had to say, cool. So it was never anything that could run with. There was times when I kind of was a little rattled, trying to understand where the angle was coming from with him. But as I like really digest everything, I said, okay, I see what he's saying. I knew he had a lot on his chest because a lot had been said negative about the brother. A lot have not been said about the brother in reference to people that's in leadership positions that's not even saying anything good or bad, right? So I had to definitely make sure that I let him express all that. But prior to that, you know, when he told me to follow him after I told him who I was, the crowd it was a nice sized crowd. It might not look big to y'all, but it was a nice size of people out there. Some of them dispersed or were scattered out talking, what have you, right? Because, you know, he was acting very human. He was hugging people, laughing, talking. Jay was really being human. I love that about the brother. But prior to that, he was like, hey, what made the TV? As soon as we pull up in the crowd, he put me in front of everybody. Any of y'all seen on camera, off camera was different, right? Whereas the brother gave me, OC the Great, Talk Black to Me Radio, much praise and love, right? And he was just human, right? But he also addressed a lot of issues about the fans, listen to everything and blah blah. I said in my critique, y'all have to go deep in my videos. You know, when I critique Grand Message after the legal incident, that, you know, he had to be careful what he was saying and blah blah blah, right? And I talked about the Art of War by Sun Tzu and Third Strategy, A War by Robert Greene. You don't let your left hand know what your right hand is. War is about deception. Guerrilla warfare and all is about deception, strategy, you know what I'm saying? Putting up smoke screens and what have you. I've never been in the military, but I do a lot of reading about military, even watch movies and stuff like that. I'm not saying I'm an expert in them. I'm just saying I know. Just growing up in the tough hoods that I grew up in New Orleans, you know, it was just certain moves you had to make. Even when I was in the system, it was certain moves you had to make, right? You just couldn't do things blatant because you leave yourself open for attack. And I critique about that, right? But moving forward, when he was talking about it, there was prior to us being, well, we had to film it, I did the interview, he was talking about, listen to everything. Listen, people, Eric Snow exposed all that under the Bush administration. Then later, Barack and continue to be spying where they had these big companies like Verizon, Facebook, I believe Sprint and all these companies. I mean, there was a bunch of big major companies that was giving information to the government. They were spying on us. They always spy on us. That's why we have to always watch what we say. When they say work, be on code, that don't just mean recognize somebody black. That means you got an organization where everybody's going to play their part. And I want you to catch what I'm saying. Everybody's going to play their part. Sometimes you have to always do this. So things he was telling me and telling the crowd, I understood, right? I just hated that position he was in and what happened and how things turned upside down and unravel. I came out to speak about it. And I was criticized for it, but I'm a real one. And there was those who probably left as subscribers came back. But I still love black people. But I had to do this video because I have to clarify something. Those questions were for people that need to know. And I didn't take him literally saying what he was saying to me. It was to everybody. If you included me, cool, but that's why I mentioned to let you know I've already talked about the mass manipulation, which is brainwashing. I talked about why blacks are so easy to believe whites over blacks. I spoke about that. Look in the mentions. It's just imperative that we understand that this fight that we have going on, this war, is what it is. And that's why I can align up with Grandmaster Jay, because a lot of people are speaking like this. But the problem is, a lot of them won't support Jay because Jay called them out. And rightfully so. But getting back, what I really wanted to say was, interview itself was an interview where it had to happen. People had to know about what was going on with NFAC, what was going on with him. And it had to get some factual feelings, a bit of it, you know. And everybody kept saying that, mentioned factual feeling, factual feeling. It was that, but it was also a self-correcting, a lot of clarity, and a lot of correction. And you probably didn't get it as I'm saying it, but there's a lot of things that was said that I don't know if you picked on to. But he did a lot of things on the fly, you know. And I think it almost got big, or really got bigger than him. And it's like they say, you never know who's your friend until trouble comes. That's what he was explaining, right? When the fast came, how everybody ran, scattered. Well, I don't know, in fact, and what have you, but how he stepped out there in the fire. But see, I believe in the Most High. I know the Most High got that. That's around me. Yeah, see, we can agree or disagree, but I'm going to support the brother. Because there's no excuse that people that have been in the game so long is not behind Grandmaster Jay. There's no excuse that people are not advocating for this brother's freedom. What me, OC the Gray, Talk Black Man Radio have done is embarked on a journey that can endanger our life and our loved ones. But it's a task and a journey we had to jump on because we're about true liberation of our family, our black family, our black people. True liberation. It was a remarkable interview. I was glad I did it. I was glad I went down there in blind faith, not knowing if I was going to meet the brother, not knowing the brother was going to receive me. I didn't even know the brother even watched my stuff. This brother told me. I remember when you was in the living room. He told my back. He was in the living room on the telephone. I see on my live that night. Man, that's where I sleep at when I'm on the road. You know, I got a big old size on. I got a nice size on master bedroom at my house. But he's a little room. You call it a little room. They give me a room, but it's a place to sleep. Call it there's a sleeper back there. But you got to see a room just talk on your phone, blah blah blah, what have you. Cause yeah, you look at my videos. A lot of things I was doing. You can say I just started doing this. And thanks to Talk on Black Man Radio, my partner Ty, and what have you, people have helped me along the way. I'm an overhead, but I love technology and so forth, so on. And it was funny when we was talking about it to the car. All this happened prior to me interviewing them, right? We've been filmed. And he was like, I remember. He said, man, look at all your videos. So I was saying to myself, well, you look at my critiques too. And again, you go to the description box, I spoke about all that. For anybody that truly critiqued them, I did. I'm not talking about the bashing. I did. And it was out of love. It wasn't out of hate. And I had a lot of people bashing behind it. And some of my day ones was like, I'm so glad it made you stay, because I remember when you was ready to give up. I literally just said I was going to just pull a plug, because I couldn't handle how people that was supporting the brother, man, was coming at me like I was just did something so wrong. And I was encouraged to not pull the plug, and I just stuck with it. And I'm so happy, because not only did I meet Grandmaster J, which was very, very special, I met some other people, and I'm meeting a lot of people that's interacting with me, whether via email, telephone, or through the chat when I do lives, or when people leave mentions. And it's special. It was great meeting Grandmaster J. It was even great interacting with black people, because my goal is a true liberation of Grandmaster J, but also all black people. And that's why I get behind. That's why I got behind him in the movement. Like I said, I'm a Johnny come late. I didn't jump in it wholeheartedly, because I seen so much of BS with a lot of these so-called leaders that want you to donate and be a part of the organization, but they sell this dream like they about the black community, but they do support things in the black community, and I don't like that. I'm not about to support an entity or organization that builds within and get large, and the people that's outside the organization that's trying to support or need help, they're not really getting that support and help. When I seen Grandmaster J come on scene, just change things, because this government is powerful, and the power that be is trying to like subjugate our mind, either brainwash or keep us brainwashed. And it's just serious, you know. And even those who are conscious get swallowed in the Western way of thinking. Like you see, all of us have been brainwashed or is brainwashed in some kind of way. And some of us brainwashed don't even know it. But he's special. Grandmaster J is very special. He's a very humorous guy. I heard his critiques. I'm taking some of his critiques, but I'm going to be humorous. That's my personality. And I'm going to interact with people, but I'm going to get to the content, but that's just me. But I do realize I have to get my content out of the way. What else? The brother's just a beautiful spirit. I'm serious. If you never met Grandmaster J, please do. I want to let you know Grandmaster J showed a lot of love to people out there. He didn't have to do the interview. He had to pull up the courthouse. He already knew that it was going to be via telephone, whatever. He came up and told us about his federal case. 4 charges dropped, on 1 pending, and the state case still pending. He didn't want to go in detail, but it was beautiful, y'all. But in the beginning, I was a little like, oh, like, I'm at 5, you at like 9, 10, you know, and the energy level was high, but I also had to realize that, you know what I'm saying, that brother's human. There's a lot of negative things been said about him. A lot of people turn their back on him. A lot of people you trust is no longer trustworthy. And I'm gonna let everybody know that constantly criticizing Jay and saying crazy things about Jay, or people just saying y'all like he can't be critiqued. He has been critiqued by me and many other people that's following him, and we know he's not perfect. He made it known, but he said it too, and I said in many of my videos. I see a lot of my messages going back and forth with people. That's probably watching this video now. All right, cool. You can say A to Z about him. I didn't attribute the man it is. He was a DJ. He was that. He was the president who had him. I told you when Giovanni said on the Breakfast Club, we should want to live in the contradiction. We should always want to be open to change, because how we feel today, we might not feel like that in next year or tomorrow. Information, knowledge, experience, epiphanies change people. And we have to understand that. The brother said something that I said in many of my videos. It's not about the man. He said the movement. It's about the movement, but more important, the message. The movement gonna always be around. The message gonna always be around. It's about the man. So the movement never went no. Let me clarify this. I'm connecting the movement to the message, but I'm gonna just be simple. I'm gonna say how you say it, and I say that too, but I'm gonna say it like this: it's not about the man, it's about the movement. What he's saying, what he's talking about, we should do. Too many times people trying to character attack. That's what they did Jesus, right? If you believe in the Bible, that actually did Malcolm. If you believe in Malcolm X, that's what they did. Mr. Farrakhan. People like, you can't compare them. We're not comparing them to him. We're just showing examples. That wasn't Jesus' time. That was, if you believe in the Bible and Jesus, that was in Malcolm time, Farrakhan time, Marcus, whoever you want, Harrison, whoever. Anybody stood against the powers that be was criticized. People found on dirt. This cancer culture, this if you make one mistake, you're done. That is sickening and that's sad. And if we don't realize that people evolve and change, we be stuck on stupid. But when you talk about the brainwashing, we go to Naim Akbar, change him to psychotic slavery, and look at the Willis syndrome, all that deal with the desire plan of keeping them separated. You see it for half the movie. I won't talk about that. Not today. How they sent off flies and did all kind of things. It was divide, create conflict in the black community. And that's what's going on now. And all these so-called brothers that's attacking, that's so-called pro-black and about black people, you're doing the master job. It's about the movement. This is about the message, not the man. Look, I hope I got my point across. I didn't want this video to be too long, but I had to definitely give y'all my take. I didn't want to do it on a live. I just want to just flow with it. And I love G. You know, I love what he stands for, and what he trying to do, and what he believe in. I don't have no personal information on it. People ask me for phone numbers, and I don't have that. I wasn't around him that long. I wasn't able to go to the restaurant. I was trying to follow you, G, but y'all was driving too fast. When I dropped my head, y'all was gone. But, you know, this brother deserves the honor, the respect, the love, the support. Continue to donate. You know, that's all I'm going to say. Thank y'all for watching this video. Thank y'all for being black. Thank y'all for being on cool. Thank y'all for staying focused. If you're new to this channel, subscribe. There's so much you can learn from this channel. Hit the notification button. Get all this content. You know, I'll be dropping something random like I'm doing now. Share the video. Let's build a channel. Let's turn this movement into something real. Remember, hashtag turn words into action. And comments. I'm enjoying the comments. I'm getting a lot of native comments and trolls and whatnot. And I'm gonna have an answer for y'all too, because y'all gonna keep coming on and the mentions and trying to mess with the vibration that's going on. And y'all keep the positive vibration, keep that flow going on. For real. Y'all know what's going on. Y'all take care, stay focused, stay on cool, and just be black. Peace.